It's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott under pressure. They got him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of a game, the good players, things turned out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Hurts. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A dump off to Elliott. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this one is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
You know when I could tell this was going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
Now, after the loss, he'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 33. They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Short pass tip, but caught anyway.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Prescott from the gun.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Toss left to Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete. That is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Prescott to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott.
Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
He'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Smith catches left side. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him.
Looking for a bounce back, had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him. And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now Sanders. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
He's taken down at the 33.
He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 46. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football. While we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start the drive with Elliott.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Prescott.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
Give him 32 on the play.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They go to Elliott again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Cowboys on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Sly able to put this one through.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Throwing is Hurts.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Quick slant here to Smith. And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll go again with Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. At the Cowboys.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they deliver there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. third down. It's Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Eagles will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
But he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
Sly on for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 6-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Eagles offense is going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick 6.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll take on the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Chicago Bears. And finally on Sunday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep the tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, Elliott once more.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Prescott from the gun on third. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down, Cowboys.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Prescott from the gun. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will make this a 9-point lead.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 2nd down, Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd and 10, Hurts. And that's off the mark, incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken from just outside the 30.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A give to Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a deep blow there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man, it's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is down to 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Elliott. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Prescott now from the 50. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 57 yards rushing now for the ball game on 24 carries.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Levante David now with his 2nd sack here on opening night. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got Smith here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.